Guys, I want you to imagine still dealing with urine dribble or incomplete bladder emptying months or even years from now. What if your erectile issues become a long-term problem? The frustration, the embarrassment, it doesn't just go away, it sticks with you. And if you're like most men, you are probably trying everything you can just to get back to normal, right? But here's the hard truth. If you are aiming for normal, you're missing the key. To truly fix this, you need to first focus on one thing: your pelvic floor muscles. Now in today's video, I am walking you through the top 3 pelvic floor exercises that will strengthen and relax these muscles, giving you the fastest results possible. You've probably heard from a fellow YouTuber or even your own urologist that you should be holding a pelvic floor contraction for 20 seconds and to do dozens and dozens of reps per day. Well, that is just not correct, and it can actually make your symptoms far worse. Overdoing it like that can leave you even more frustrated. Now in this video, I will show you exactly how to do it my way. My method is different and my clients find it far more effective. Let's get started. All right, up first we have the Kegels exercise. So what I want you to do is you are going to lie down on your ground or on the floor, either in your office, at home, doesn't matter. So I want you to bend your knees like such, okay? So my feet are flat on the ground, my knees are bent. What you're going to do next is you're going to take 2 fingers, so your index and your middle finger together, and you are going to place them directly over top of your perineum. That's the area of skin in between your scrotum and your anus. It's also called your taint. So find that area of skin, and I'm going to press up into it, and you're going to hold your fingers there. So I'm pressing up. Good, I've got my position. Now with my opposite hand, my free hand, I'm gonna put it over my stomach because I wanna make sure that I'm not squeezing the stomach muscles. Next, close your eyes. You're gonna take 1 breath, big inhale, and let that air go. Okay, let's get into it. Follow me. You're gonna take a big breath in through your nose. You're gonna release all the air out of your lungs. At the end of the breath, stop that flow of urine and then let it go. You are imagining that you are standing in front of a urinal and you're stopping the flow and then you're letting it go again. Now, if you've done it correctly, you should feel a bulge underneath those 2 fingers, which again are over top of your perineum. Now we have our fingers over our perineum to make sure that we can feel the contraction properly. What you should feel, it should feel a gradual tightening of the skin. And again, it's right down here in between your scrotum and your anus. You should feel a tightening, a hardening of the skin underneath your fingertips as you stop the flow of urine, and then it should release once you let that go and breathe. And then to do another rep, you breathe in again, breathe all the way out. At the end of the breath, once all the air is out of the lungs, stop the flow of urine, let it go. You are feeling every single contraction to make sure you're doing them properly, because if you don't do them properly, you're gonna make this problem worse. Pro tip, keep your eyes closed the entire time when you are doing them. And again, I suggest you start in the lying down position because it's the easiest to feel a contraction as you are pulling that pelvic floor across gravity rather than against gravity when you do it sitting down or standing up. So those positions are a little bit more advanced. We'll get into them later. Now, as I was mentioning earlier, anyone telling you to hold a pelvic floor contraction for 20 seconds or more is way off. Your pelvic floor muscles are designed to work automatically. So once they are strong enough again, they will do their job without you constantly having to think about them. So for now, if you are going to hold a contraction, I recommend no more than a 10-second hold. But if you are new to Kegels or if you're unsure you're doing them correctly, you must start with just a simple flick on, flick off for 10 reps 3 times a day, morning, lunch, and night. That's 30 reps total, and trust me guys, that is more than enough. If you overdo these exercises, your pelvic floor can become overactive, making your symptoms like urine dribble or erectile dysfunction or even premature ejaculation far worse. Now at the end of the video, I will tell you exactly how to progress these exercises safely, step by step, and how you can access my full Kegels program to take all the guesswork out of it. Next up, my old friend, the tennis ball. Now, I bet what you're wondering is, where am I going to tell you to put this ball? And before I reveal that, let's pause for 1 second to make sure that you have honored our gentleman's agreement. Guys, if you have watched more than one of my videos, it is time for you to click that subscribe button right now. Clicking that subscribe button, this is our virtual handshake agreement. And once you subscribe, I officially work for you. And when you do, please drop me a comment saying gentleman's agreement so that I can personally welcome you to our amazing community. I wanted to thank each and every one of you who have already subscribed and honored our gentleman's agreement. I appreciate your support and you taking the time to watch these videos. It truly means the world to me. All right, now, before you go and start wondering where this tennis ball is going to end up, don't worry, we're keeping this PG. We are going to place this ball on our buttocks, not in them. See what I did there? Well, we're gonna sit on the ball, pressing it deep into the glutes to release all of the muscles surrounding our pelvis. And after that, we'll move it to the perineum for an advanced muscle release. Let's dive back into this. All right, step number one, you're gonna find a firm chair, like a kitchen chair, like the one that I have right here. Next, you're gonna put the ball underneath your glute muscle. So right underneath that glute, and you are going to put one foot over one knee like this, and you're gonna move that around, kind of massaging it into the meat of the muscle in your glute, the rear end, your rump, okay? You're gonna set a timer for 30 seconds, and you wanna just gently lean into it, hold, whew. Okay, and then when it goes off, you're gonna take that ball out, and then you're gonna switch sides. So again, it's gonna be on the outside of that hip, okay? In the meat of that muscle, and whatever side the ball's on, you cross the opposite, or sorry, you cross that same leg over that foot. Oh my word. So clearly I need to be doing more of this because that is incredibly tight. And guys, if your glutes are this tight, chances are your pelvic floor is gonna be very tight as well. They all attach into the pelvis. So once they share in a similar attachment site, if one's tight, the other's gonna be tight. Set that timer, hold, breathe. All right, once that timer goes off, now comes the fun part. Pay close attention because I don't want you sticking this ball anywhere you're not supposed to. So, excuse the visual here, but what I want you to do is there is an area of skin between your scrotum and your anus. It's called your perineum or the gooch. You're gonna take the ball. What I'm going to do first, I like to set up with a chair that has arms on it so that I can slowly lower down, okay? So you're gonna take the ball, you're gonna put it on the chair, keeping one arm on the armrest. I'm gonna find that middle spot. Okay, then I put my feet down, get the other arm on, and then you're gonna slowly lower. It should feel bony. There's a very thin amount of fat and a thin amount of skin separating it from the perineum, the muscles of the pelvic floor. And you're gonna slowly lower onto that ball. It shouldn't be painful. It should be relatively uncomfortable. You should know something's going on there. And you're gonna breathe, and you're gonna set the timer for 30 seconds on your phone, okay? I can't because my phone's in the other room, and yeah, I've got a video to film. So imagine I'm holding this for 30 seconds. Now you can roll front to back, but you'll notice you can't go too far back. You'll hit your sit bones, okay? So roll forward. You might even have to lean forward a little bit to find that spot where you feel a lot of tension. And again, you're using your arms to moderate and to regulate how deep you get into that stretch. So I'm holding for 30 seconds and breathing, just trying to sink into that ball. And again, it shouldn't be painful. 30 seconds goes off and you're gonna release. You are going to do that full cycle twice. Left glute, right glute, underneath the perineum. Oh, and in terms of how many times you should be doing the tennis ball release every week, well, I like to perform it around 3 to 4 times per week to ensure that I am releasing my pelvic floor muscles, as it's quite easy to build up tension here, especially if you're working a sedentary job. Even if you're in the gym working out, a lot of tension gets stored in that pelvic floor. 3 to 4 times per week for me does the trick, not every day. Okay guys, exercise number 3 is hands down one of my favorite pelvic floor stretches, and I make sure every single one of my clients does it daily. It is called the happy baby stretch. But here's the thing, and most guys that do it incorrectly, and you never actually feel the stretch where it is intended to be felt in your pelvic floor. So please pay close attention, because I don't want you flailing around like a confused yoga baby and missing out on the benefits. Let me take you through the happy baby stretch the correct way. All right, now you don't have to do this one right now if you don't have privacy, but make sure you save this video for later so you can try it out. You can do it either lying in bed, or you can do it on the floor. Heck, you can do it on the couch if you have a big enough couch. Lie flat on your back, okay? First things first is you wanna bring your knees into the air. Feet are pointed up towards the ceiling. Next, you are going to reach through your legs. Bring those feet closer in until you can reach them, and you're gonna grab a hold on the outside of your feet like such. Now, this is where most people go wrong. They think that this is the posture, but if you can see, my feet are very narrow and they're almost touching. What you wanna do, using your elbows, you wanna spread those knees wide so that those feet are around shoulder width apart. This is where you're really gonna feel that stretch deep in the groin. Hang with me, we're getting to the sweet spot here. Now, for most of you, this is as far as I want you to take it, because you likely haven't warmed up into this stretch. I've been doing this one for a little while now, so I can take it a little bit further. So if you are feeling like this is a lot, stop here and just get comfortable with this position, okay? This should not cause you any pain. You should, again, just feel a gentle stretch in that perineum region and deep into the adductors, also known as your groin. So again, make sure that those feet are nice and wide, and you're just gonna breathe. Okay, I like to hold this for 2 rounds of 40-second holds. You would use your phone as a timer. So you'd set the timer for 45 seconds, allowing you 5 seconds to get into this stretch because it takes a little bit of work. And then that'll give you a 40-second remaining timer to hold the position. So feet nice and wide. Now, if this gets easy for you, what we're going to do next, using those arms and the biceps, you're gonna pull the feet towards the floor, maintaining the width. It's gonna look like this. So hands on the outside, spread those knees wide until you can feel it in your groin. Now, I'm going to pull gently into the bed. Be very careful and go slow with this one. You don't want to pull your groin, and whoo, I'm feeling it. If I'm feeling it, I know you're feeling it. And you're gonna hold and breathe. And remember, you don't want to hold your breath. You are just trying to release everything in this in the groin, in the hip region, and try not to resist the stretch. And again, make sure your feet aren't touching. Keep them nice and spaced, and relax. 2 rounds, 40 seconds each, using your phone for a timer. That's the happy baby stretch. All right, guys, pay attention. So an ideal routine looks like this: 10 Kegel reps in the morning, 10 more at lunch, and then 10 more lying in bed before you go to sleep. 30 reps total, flick on, flick off. Then you are going to do 2 sets of the happy baby stretch, holding each for 40 seconds. Right before you go to bed, so you can do them lying in bed to get a nice relaxation in the pelvic floor. Then you are gonna do the tennis ball release 3 to 4 times a week when you need it. But here's the critical part: proper progression. Now with Kegels, it is essential for real results. And that's exactly why I created the 8-week Kegels blueprint, designed specifically for men like you. This program, it removes all of the guesswork. You will not be left wondering what exercises to do, how many reps, or when to stretch. It's all laid out for you, step by step. You will have a balanced routine of pelvic floor contractions, stretches, and relaxation techniques to follow every single day for 8 weeks. You can download it straight to your device, or you can even print it out, making it super easy to stick with. It's like having me as your personal trainer for your pelvic floor, guiding you through every stage for the best results possible. Now, normally my 8-week Kegels program for men is $49, but as a thank you for supporting the channel and for honoring our gentleman's agreement, you can use the code KEGEL, K-E-G-E-L, at checkout and save yourself 15%. Trust me, this is one of the fastest ways to get real results without all the confusion. So if you are serious about tightening the tap on urine leakage and boosting your erections, this Kegels program is designed to get you there fast. So you can go ahead, click the link in the pinned comment or in the video description, grab your copy of the Kegels program and make sure you use code word Kegel at checkout for your discount. Now, if you are looking for more tailored support, I also offer free 15-minute Zoom calls where we can dive deeper into your specific health concerns. The real bonus? You'll actually be meeting directly with me, a professional who will assess your unique situation and give you some guidance in the exact sequence you need for a full recovery. And then we can discuss whether my 1-hour consultation or my one-to-one personal coaching program would be the fastest way to get you lasting results. Again, the link to book in is in the pinned comment and in the description of this video. Now, I know discussing these intimate issues can make you feel uncomfortable, but if you found value in my videos, I promise our one-on-one chats will be even more helpful and reassuring. So don't wait, book your free 15-minute information call using the link in the description below, and let's get to work together. And I can help you get back to feeling like yourself again. And guys, remember, regardless of what you're going through or how tough you are doing it right now, keep going, and I'll see you in the next video.